Hi everyone! In this video, we will learn how to use parameters to model disease dynamics. Previously, we created a simple SIR model with fixed values for both the infection rate as well as the recovery rate. This is a good starting point for understanding the basic dynamics of disease spread, but it doesn't allow us to easily adapt the model to different scenarios. In reality, disease dynamics can change over time due to various factors such as interventions, seasonality, or changes in behavior. To account for these changes, we can use parameters that can be easily modified without changing the model structure. To add a parameter, click on the Add button in the bottom right and select Create Variable. You will be prompted to enter a name for the parameter. After you're finished, a new parameter will be added to the canvas. We'll call our first parameter beta. After adding the parameter, click on it to edit or change its properties. You can change the name, description, type, and the value of the parameter. There are three types of parameters to choose from: constant numbers, equations, and the complex time series, which we can import from outside the application. For our SIR model, we'll stick to a simple number for the transmission rate and set it to 0.002. Next, we'll add a second parameter to the model, which we'll call alpha. We'll use it to model the average infection duration, or average time it takes for an infected individual to recover. This parameter will be set to 2 days. Now that we have our parameters set up, we can use them in our equations. Click on the transition infections to edit its equation. Instead of using a fixed value for the transmission rate, we can use the parameter we just created. To do this, simply type the name of the parameter in the equation editor. The equation for the infection transition will now be beta times I times S. Similarly, we can use the parameter for the recovery rate in the recovery transition. Since the average infection duration is the inverse of the recovery rate, we can set the equation to 1 over alpha times I. Now that we have our parameters set up, we can simulate the model again. To do so, click the Visualization tab and click the Simulate button. This will run the simulation and generate the results. For now, the results will be the same as before, since we didn't change the values of the parameters yet. Now, to quickly adjust variables in the model, we can add them as parameter elements to the visualizations. To edit the visualizations, click on the pen icon in the top right corner. After that, you can click the Add Element button right next to it and select Parameters. This will add an empty parameter box to the model. You can edit the parameter box by selecting the pen icon in the top right corner of the box. In the Open dialog, you can add a new slider and select the parameter you want to control with it. We will start with beta. You can also select the minimum and maximum value that makes sense for the given parameter. We will choose a minimum of 0.001 and a maximum of 0.004. Next, we'll repeat these steps for the other parameter. For this one, we will choose a minimum of 1 and a maximum value of 10, and a step of 1. After you're done, you can close the dialog by using the icon in the top left corner. Back on the visualizations, we can now exit the Edit mode by clicking the pen icon again. After this, you can use the sliders to change the values of the parameters. The simulation will automatically update the results based on the new parameter values. For example, if we increase the average infection duration, you can see that the number of simultaneous infected people will increase dramatically. And that's it! You've successfully created parameters and used them in your model to quickly adapt it to different scenarios. We hope you enjoyed this video, and you can find more videos and tutorials on our YouTube page, SIRcraft.